Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are starting up on day 5. There's the main part of our structure. Got some really good details going. I'm real pleased with how this one's turning out. And of course these are looks like the 2 buildings that are going the other side. Most of them, I think this one's complete. We still got to do some filling out for this one. Like I say, I'm really pleased with how all these, they're all coming together and it's all making like that good, nice little the Santa's Village feel to it. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, just building silly little models, having us a bit of fun. You see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add onto my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. With that being said, I believe we're ready to get rolling again. And I know there's one piece missing in here. I've seen it. What did I do with it? Ah, there it is. I think that's the one I was looking for. But we are starting up on step 78, which is going to be building out the roof structure of this one. With all I decided to stop last night and let all these glued on pieces really get solid, because handling them, I would scared I'd be knocking them off if I tried to do all this manipulating while it was, still wet. But enough talking, let's get to building. Let's see, so you go on here. This kit is no shortage of nice snug pieces. And that guy goes in here. Okay. And step 79 is popping this guy in onto that one. Or breaking it off. Okay. Not an auspicious start. Okay, I think we can recover here. Let me go ahead and just put this one on. And just out of curiosity, F13, I can't imagine I'd be lucky enough for them to give me a spare on that. But let me look. F is totally empty. Okay, so the glue will be coming out. And of course I put that on upside down after all that. Like I said, very snug. Let's see. I think I'm just, it's slowly coming up. Didn't really mean to start with a failure this time, this early. There we go, maybe. Okay, so that's how I want it. And actually, since I did that, I'm going to go ahead and color in the top of this one too while I'm at it. So that's going to end up, and the angle going to the back. So this one goes in there, and we got to reconnect this like that. Okay, let's see. Experience has taught me that super glue does not like this fiber wood, so let's see if the hot glue gun can give us in close enough. once we get it mounted, actually, second thought, this is going to be mounted as one piece. 2 mounting brackets. So maybe if I can get it mounted, maybe it'll hold itself in place close enough where I can put a bit of glue on there. So let's continue before we start doing any gluing. Yeah, okay. So it's going in here and here. Okay, so this guy goes in on the outside there. In theory. Oh, finally. Okay. May not even need glue if it's as tight a fit as that one was. Yeah, we're going to get away with that. I'm not even going to worry about gluing that one. Okay. Lined up pretty close to where it's supposed to be, so yeah. Okay, so that works. Now, this guy goes in up the wall here. Okay. And this, our hole goes to the top into these guys. Okay, and they line up with our side pieces there. And very snug. Okay, I think they're in. This should be the back side, so I'm not even going to worry about trying to match that one because that's where our light passes in, so I'm assuming there's going to be wire showing. Okay, so that's all for the moment. Now, let's see if I can not break any of these pieces maybe. Okay, so we have some white. Okay, so these are going to be internal and external. Start with you on the bottom. You go in there. So, this guy. This stud away from these studs. And through. Very snug again. Okay. These go along the edge with the angle here, so that those pop into those allegedly. There it goes. Okay. And this goes on top of it there. Okay. That. Now, add it from the flat side. 23 goes in this way. And before I even start, let me go ahead and these are going to be showing, so I do want to get my paint marker back out one more time. I could almost pull the big boy out and okay, now and the 8 top. And 6 this side. And the F8 for the front. Right. Then this guy goes, I'm pretty sure we're just going along the lower lip here. They show me a view of it again. I'll look. Yes. Goes along this. That edge right there. You know, in the picture it shows it being ruffled and stuff, but not flat, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay. Now, you back, you go down those slots onto these tabs. Goes. Okay. And our, I think it's the last of our mountain sides, goes onto here and there. So, right there onto that. Okay. And that completes that building. Yep. Moving on. We've got snowflakes and wire brackets, so we know our lighting's about to come on, but first thing we need our side. The light hit it just right. You can see we got the outlines of 2 of our snowflakes. Oh, there's a third one over here in the mountains, so it's a little bit more harder to see. Just a little blue. Each one. trying to match them up. Okay. I think I got them all pretty close. And now we're ready to add our buildings on. So I think I can do this with laying flat if I'm lucky. So we got our 4 tabs here, those 4 tabs there. Thought I could find my way there. When it found it, it found it. It just dropped right in. Okay. At least I'm trying to leave it flat so the snowflakes can dry in place. And then this guy, we got 2, 3, 5 tabs. 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, just 4 tabs. Yeah, top and bottom. Okay, yeah. I thought there was an extra one there, but that's not. I guess just a spacer. Okay. So, just realized I don't have anything entertaining in my watch. Alright, there it went. Down here on the bottom. Yep. In place, they just popped right in. Well, those two really get tied together tight there. Okay. Now, okay, so I'm going to give that a couple more minutes and we can work on our roof, which should be, yeah, this guy, got our stars and whatnot. And this piece did not survive the removal from the form. I had to glue, this end broke off on me. I think it's that end. No, this end broke off on me. You can see I got it glued back together there. Just, and of course, that little tiny bit is more than it could handle getting removed, so it sort of, it popped off. But we are going into the stars, of course. Just here and here. Let's see if it survives being put in place. Let's start with it. And I didn't break. Not quite all the way in on either side. Okay, that one went. Okay, I did. It's down there pretty flush. Like I say, I don't want to take too many liberties with that end because, like I say, it's already been repaired. But I think that works. Because I think we're gonna have something in front of it too, so that's just sort of be dangling down. Should be good for that. Okay. And this. Okay, we can install our lights on here while that dries a little bit more. This gets. Let's see here. Back here. And that, I think we're doing. Okay, so what lights have I got left here? I got 3 of them. Okay. Can't remember. Let's go back to the inventory to see. I think it's the next shortest one. Yeah, I did the 50 and 100, so got 100. 3 left, hang on. That's right, I used one that went all the way around, so I've used I guess 150, 250, and 300 left millimeters. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so the 150. Instruction manual's not cooperating with me. It's gotten too close to the end, so it's not balancing. Paper clip it in place. Okay. So the 150 is going to end up in our blue building over there, so I'm going to hold off on that. Got you in place on the back. Looks like okay, yeah. All the other wires go up on the next page, but they go up through these two. This one, so let's pull the 150 out, so the shortest one. This one, to pull it to the side, so we can get our switch and our other two lights gathered up. Just go ahead and pop them in place right there, I hope. Pretty wobbly trying to get these. Yep. Okay, so we've got our guide in place for those. So you're going to end up living underneath here. Maybe something like that. Before I cinch up the back, I think I'll probably get out my hot glue gun and make sure I get this stuff secured down, but for the time being, that works. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to. Yeah, I'm going to take a little break here and give that glue like another 10 or 15 minutes to dry, and then I'll come back and we should be able to wrap this thing up fairly quickly. We're putting the top on with the wiring. It's going to be the tricky part, and then we're just a matter of adding the outer cover and the front cover on. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much longer. And like I said, I guess before I do any of that, I said I was going to play with that snow, so let's do some of that too before I go anywhere. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm enjoying the diluted white glue from my snow bonding. Let's just maybe sticking out a little bit, so we'll do some on top of our greens across there and there. I guess it would help if I pulled it into frame. And I think it's already got some of the paint, so I'll just add some extra on the roofs. Make it a little fluffier maybe. Okay, let's see how all this goes. Probably just going to make a mess, but have fun while we're doing it. One of those things, since I've got it sitting right there, I might as well do something with it, extra with it. On the roof. Of course, I put it on the back of the roof, but you can't see. Don't get it on my touch sensor. A little extra fluff. Don't want it on my presents, no, of course. Maybe a little some here along the road. Got a little snowdrift. Do it on one side, got to do it on the other. So just in front of the sleigh on this one, I think. Okay. And I'm trying to think if the snow's falling down. It's not going to hit some of the things on the bottom, but it might blow a little bit. Let's do. Okay, I do see a couple of some down in the windows here. Let's take. Don't want that. Oh yeah, I didn't put it on there, but I didn't. Forgot to add it to the front of that one. So. A little generous with the glue, maybe. Okay. And I guess it's probably long enough on that glue. Get some on these guys too. Cover a broken piece there. Okay, I think that'll be enough. And now I'm going to give that. I don't guess I need to now. It's obviously staying in place, so I guess I'll just keep going. Like I said, we're in the home stretch now, so should be good. Okay. Get that out of the way right quick now. Get my clean off here. As much of the stuff will clean off anyway. I don't think I'm going to try and reuse it again. Okay. Alright. Now, let's get to business here. There's slots down there for these two, and then actually that's all there is on this side. We'll bind it together on the back, but for right now just those down here. They went. And mountains are not lined up. Okay. This mountain's got to be behind. Got to slide that behind that mountain. So back off again. So get you into there. And get the tabs lined up again. There it went, I think. Yeah. And that's it. Alright, so that's our street. I guess I should shake all the extra snow out. Yeah, I think that those little Okay. Little fluff balls make a little bit more details. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Okay. Could have been better applied, but I think it's still a suitable waste of time. Okay. So, well darn, I forgot. Can I get to my... Nope, I've got to take it off again because I forgot about putting the light bulb in the... Okay, so by the time I do it, this time I should be an expert at getting this thing off and on. Okay, so this one's got to go in here, and this bracket's holding it on, so let's get my 90-degree bend on it. That's what I've been going with here lately. And these guys between the wires. And there. And hopefully, yeah, there it goes, I think. Wiggle and a jiggle, get you holding it in place. Alright. Now, third try's the charm. Slide in from the front. Lined up, that one lined up. Yeah. Now we're good to go. And preliminary light demonstration, maybe. A switch should be right. There we are. Yeah. Got a nice little effect with that. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Alright. I'm sure once we have our ceiling lights on, it'll give us a good illumination of the rest of the scene. Okay. Hadn't torn off anything else in the inside. I'm just double check. Like all my stickers and roof pieces and everything are on. Don't see anything loose laying around, so I think I'm good. Okay, now time to put our roof in place. Actually, we're supposed to put the roof in place first, but I think we got enough wobble room there that we can make it happen. Yeah, because there's enough of a gap here. Get it on one side and the other. Here. And spots right there and there. There it goes. Okay. Wow. There's sky up there. A little scene. Yeah. Alright. Now we're cooking. And so now officially gonna move over to where I'm supposed to be working on the switches. Okay, so these guys coming up. And lights. Let's see, I'm just going to stick with that 90-degree thing. It seems to be working for me. Down in there. Locking you in. I hope. a jiggle and work it gently in. And you in there. Same sort of thing back here. Another brackets. And this one just happened to have that notch which fits perfectly, so I get a good solid push on it. I ain't worried about breaking my roof. It doesn't seem to have enough structural integrity for me to be comfortable, but they eased their way on down. Okay. Oh. And this guy, around the corner here, we got another one of these wider brackets to guide all the wires. Okay. That. And this one over here should be, I think, up. Yeah, it's gonna be loose because we're gonna have to stick it down to the top to make it a good switch. But so we're just keeping it in place with that one. Alright, so, okay, like I say, we're tucking our, I guess I'll put, probably regret this, but I'll go ahead and install my batteries. This gets tucked in this little nook here. And actually, I don't even think I'm gonna worry. I was thinking about doing the hot glue right there, but I think this is gonna be neat enough where I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna let, there's enough brackets where I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, good deal. Now, get the last bucket. See, not much in there. Get our back cover. Running through there. Again. Through there. And plain one goes on as a spacer. Got our little snowflake bracket here. Alright, that works our lock there. And I'd be disappointed if we don't, yep, time to add on that and our top cover. So we just got our tabs along edges. So hopefully get you to pop right in. Nice and snug. Alright. I missed the edges and getting those, but I'll be alright with that for the moment. I think I'm going to probably go back and maybe touch that stuff up. And okay, it actually says to glue the touch switch in place up top here. I have not had luck with that, so that's I got some these glue dot things. See if they will work for me. Here's supposed to go there. I know y'all can't see it, but it is working so far. Okay, and just pop this guy down. Tighten it up all the way around. And okay, now it's not working. Of course not. I say touch switches are nice when they work, but I have had, it's hit or miss with me, it seems like. Sometimes they work really well and sometimes they just decide not to. Okay. Do that one. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see what the deal is. It wobbled loose as I was going in. So, okay, I need my little glue dot didn't come off as a dot, it came off as a blob. So let's try a different one, another one. Okay. Okay, so nice round, nice and flat and evenly distributed. Stick to it. Alright, it is flat and even. It's still not working. Okay, now it did. So I just gotta reach in there with a screwdriver and hit it. Okay, turns off. Okay, now it's working. Okay. Let's roll the dice with it and see if it... Yeah, that seems to... Okay, maybe when I put that screwdriver in there I might have tightened it up against the roof again. That may be been what I've done here. That may have been the secret of our success here. Okay. Yeah, it's doing the off and on thing now, so... Alright. Just noticed my mailbox is almost knocked over there, so that's what I went and did there. Okay, now we're ready. Our front cover gets a little decorative doodad. I'll go ahead and use super glue for that, because that should stick pretty good on this. Plus the whole instant bond thing. So just be a nice even coat there, not thick, but just on there. Line you up. I want you and pressure down. And now, see if I can find where I stowed my dust cover. I know I saw it here the other day. Okay. I guess I'm going to take a break and find the dust cover, so I'll be right back once I found my dust cover. Okay, I didn't go crazy. I dropped it in the floor. No wonder it wasn't on the table. Okay, so first things first, get a peel in. Looks like it's on both sides of this one. Okay, there it is. I think I got it. There it goes. Alright. Got snow on the front. Okay. And we got our little notches, top and bottom here. So not lining up. Don't think. Yeah, they are not lining up. Okay, they a little aggressive suggestion. They're going in. Okay, yeah, they're all. Okay, that got it finally. Now, let's see. Front cover on. And turn that light off to get the glare off. And the snow on the cover works. It makes it look like it's actually snowing. A little bit. That's what I'll go with anyway, because the static is not going to let it not go there. But and as usual, it's not as bright in person as it is on camera. The camera has better night vision than I do, but it's a nice mellow glow. So it's a good yellow in person, or yellowish. You know what do you call it? Amber, not amber. You know, it's got that sort of patina, I guess. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good looking Nook. Like I said, I was sort of on the fence about it because of the price, but I thought it was going to look really good, and it did not disappoint. The little, get a little light on here, maybe. See that outside? Yeah, outside looks really good too. I think, you know, nice pattern and picture, and you know, of course, it doesn't say Cozy Wonderland anywhere else on it, but that's. But yeah, that's a good one. Got the, you know, sort of plain on the back, which, you know, the back's gonna be up against the wall supposedly, so that should be no problem. But yeah, like I say, I found it. I will have to try and, you know, say I've got to remember to link it. I didn't last night. I'm gonna try and change my link to the cheaper version that I found on Temu in the description, so you'll have the link to it. That, you know, I'm not sponsored. Don't get any affiliate links or anything for that, but it's still, you know, I think, you know, always look for your best price on anything I do link, because these sets you can always find a coupon or sale or something on. So do make sure and do your due diligence and shop around. But otherwise, that's going to wrap us up for the night. I've got, turn the side ones on. It's getting. I'm still, like I said, I'm really pleased with that. I want to stare at that for a little bit, but I will let you go. I'll quit talking. Let's see what I've got tomorrow. Got the Row-Life wreath. I sort of decided to throw it in at the last minute, so we'll start up on that tomorrow. I think it's going to be another good one. It looks sort of decorative, and looks actually might be actually more, you know, more of a real decoration than sort of the thing heading off the side, because it looks like you can put it sort of front and center somewhere. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. It should be, like I say, Row-Life Rocker, they always make good stuff, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But I better stop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel over there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple of times a month. That is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and over here is the playlist for this build. I'll see you tomorrow.